gorgeous Sagittarians. This is Debs, and this is your reading for August 2026. What I wanted to say immediately, Sag, is you're deciding not to do this straight out the gate. I almost wanted to say that the minute I turned on the camera. You're deciding not to do this. Just before I sat down, I saw 1515, Sag. Now, 1 is a potential brand new start, but 5 can be a challenge. 1515, it amplifies the energy. It doubles the energy of that message. Now, 1 and 5 is 6, which is balance. But if we add 6 and 6 together, 1 and 5, 1 and 5, 6, 6, we get 12. Add 1 and 2 together, which is 3, right? Is massive change. I think, Sag, you want a brand new start, or you wanted to do something different, or you wanted to take a massive leap of faith. But what you're recognizing now is it's going to be too much of a challenge, and you're going to have to cope with a lot of change. And I feel, Sag, what you're doing is you are slowly walking back away from an opportunity that you thought might have been great, because I'm hearing it's 50-50. It's 50-50. It may not have worked, right? And I think, Sag, you're recognizing it may be the right decision to not do this, because if it failed, it might have meant you were in a very difficult situation which you couldn't get yourself out of. So you're not doing it, Sag. Okay. All right, shall we start this reading, guys? Let's do it. Do you forgive any noise in the background? I have got aircon going. It is August in France. It is quite warm here, okay? If you want a private reading, I'm still offering 50% off my private readings. You can reach me. My website's down below. All the decks are listed, and the link is there to join the channel. Yes, Sag, you are backing off. You are pulling back. You're deciding not to even look at this. All right, guys, let's see where this goes. Archangel Michael, what do we have for my lovely Sagittarians, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, masculine or feminine? What do we have for Sag? I'm hearing it's just a lot to cope with. It would be quite complicated. It could be wonderful, but if it doesn't work out, then it would be quite a challenge to unravel everything, okay? I don't know, guys. It could be anything. It could be you're offered an amazing opportunity to work in another country, but by the time you have looked at the practicalities of this, the costs of this, maybe this is you being offered an opportunity by a company who would sponsor you. It's still you working in another country, right? And this is you thinking, okay, wow, well, I'd have to put my house on the market, or I'd have to rent out the house that I'm living in, or I'd have to wait until the end of my lease. It's going to be tight on time. There may be a language barrier. And this is you thinking, you know what? Oh, no, it may be far more stressful for me than I need right now. It may just be too much, so you are pulling back. You're pulling back, you are recentering yourself, and you might be looking at other options. Okay, yeah, no, I don't think I really want to do that. Let's see what else I can find. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. But it could be anything, guys, right? Let's have a look. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups. The Four of Wands. Wow. So, Sag, is this you considering previously moving into a relationship with someone because you fell in love? But the whole living together, or the whole topic of marriage, might have caused you to feel a bit stressed out. It could be, Sag, you were married before and it didn't work out. And this is you thinking, okay, well, this was my dream of maybe remarrying again. But you may be feeling deep down that this is not for you. It might be, guys, this could be you feeling as if, I do love this person, but they might live in another country. And this is you thinking, if it doesn't work out and I've moved in with this person, it's going to be really awkward. If I'm in love with this person and I make this big move, we will be living together. But there may be something complicated in that, Sag. It might be this is someone who's saying to you, well, Sag, 50-50, right? I want you to pay half the bills. You're not just moving in here. It might have taken the shine off the wine for you. Or this could be you thinking, okay, this person's talking marriage and babies if you're a masculine. And this is you thinking, I just don't know if I'm ready for that. Yes, I'm ready to move in together, but okay, this person's expecting a marriage proposal after a year of maybe living together. I don't know if I'd be ready at that point. And if I'm not, is it a good idea to move to this person's area, to live with them at all? Maybe I should just say, I'm sorry, I don't think I'm ready for this. Now, that's all rather surprising, Sag, because, I mean, we've got the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. I mean, you know, this can be you thinking of a beautiful relationship, getting more serious with someone, getting engaged, but you are pulling back, Sag. You're pulling back, guys. In the past, the King of Wands. Okay. I may be connecting with a masculine or a feminine sat in her masculine. You were fired up and passionate about this, guys. Very excited about this. After that time, there was a sense of disappointment. Four of Cups. You might have started to look at things negatively. Okay, all right. In your thoughts now, guys, Nine of Pentacles. What you're thinking about, Sag, is despite the fact that you love this person, you may be deciding to stay single. You may. In the immediate future, people, we have a King of Wands. This is you taking action, guys. Interesting. Two King of Wands energies. You were in your emotions in the past, but in the immediate future, Sag, you are shifting more into your masculine. In your fears, the Knight of Wands. Yeah. Sag, you're fearing that this person's going to expect you to jump through fire for them. This person's going to expect a lot of you, whatever that means. And this is you thinking, I just don't know if that is for me. This is a massive life change you've been considering, Sag. You may also have not been completely sure that this person would remain faithful to you with the Knight of Wands in your fears. In the environment, Sag, is Judgment. Yeah. Sag, this is someone who's expecting you to make a very serious life-changing decision. They are thinking of you. So this is someone who might have a very clear idea of what they wanted in the future, Sag, but you may feel you two might be on different pages. This is someone who's saying to you, okay, Sag, well, we can live together, but we go 50-50. And, you know, after, say, a year of living together, I'd expect to get married. And this may also be somebody who is keen to start a family, have kids. And this is you thinking, oh, okay, all right. Oh, wow. I was just thinking that we could live together for a while, see how things go. No, this person has very particular ideas of how this is going to work out for them. I'm hearing the word smothered. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm hearing the word smothered. You may feel, Sag, that they would want to call the shots, that they would want things to go their way. And if you sort of put your finger in the air and said, well, okay, but can we talk about this? It will be a blank no, that is what I want. If you're not offering me this, then it is bye-bye now, right? You're looking at this person, Sag, and you're feeling a bit nervous. You have a lot of passion for this person, Sag. You want to take action. But they have rules and regulations. They have particular things they want out of this potential relationship. And I think, Sag, this is you feeling, is this really for me? Am I really ready? Because, Sag, you might have met a pre-empress. If you're a masculine, you're coming through masculine energy. And this is you thinking, I'm just not quite sure, right? Yes, this person's a catch. Yes, this is someone who ticks all my boxes. But wow, they want me to do this. They want me to do that. They have this rule. They have that rule. And Sag, you may be feeling it's going to take the fun and excitement and romance out of this. This is you dreaming of, long weekends, lying in, close moments together, having some fun together. But this person may be talking to you about, well, Sag, this is the rent. These are the bills. So if you want to move in, then you'd have to pay this as long as you're okay with that. And I don't have a lot of space in my house, so you would have to put stuff elsewhere in a storage unit because I don't want the whole place cluttered. That's the energy coming through, Sag. And I think you're looking at the situation thinking, okay, I love this person, but I don't want to feel as if I'm having to follow all these rules and regulations to a T simply to make them happy, because I'm not going to be able to relax living with this person. I'm going to be on edge the whole time. Have I done something wrong? Was that right? Was that wrong? Are you okay? Yeah, was that okay for you? You could be thinking, are we going to argue when we go grocery shopping about what food to buy? Is this person going to be cross if I invite a mate over? Are they going to say, who the hell's that? I didn't expect you to bring somebody back to the flat. So, Sag, you could be expecting to move in, or you planned on moving in with someone who was a pre-empress as a masculine, but what you're recognizing is it may just not work. That's what I'm getting, guys, because you are backing off here. In your hopes, Sag, hoping to get out of your head. Hoping to get out of your head. Hoping to stop overthinking, overanalyzing everything. And the outcome, Sag, is the Magician. Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. Okay. Clarification for you guys. Temperance. More Sag energy. Yeah, okay. Two of Swords. Wow. Sag, if you had an idea of sitting in a beautiful, relaxed place with this person, evenings curled up together, weekends out doing day trips, what you're recognizing is this is not going to be a relaxed situation for you. Temperance, Two of Swords. This isn't someone who's going to allow you, after a busy day's work, to sit on a sofa and have a cool drink. This might be a career woman, Sag, who would expect you to pull your weight totally. Well, I will cook half the time, the rest of the time you cook, right? Because I'm busy too. It might be, Sag, you dreamed of you two teaming up together, right? 2 horses pulling a cart will go faster than 1 horse, thinking, oh, you know, we create a beautiful life together because we're both earning, it'd be great. But what you're recognizing, Sag, is this is someone who might have got used to living on their own for quite a long time, very independent female, maybe. And this is you thinking, this is not the sort of woman who is going to allow me to sort of sit back, chill out. This is someone who's going to expect me to do half of the cooking, cleaning the house. And Sag, it's shifting everything for you in your head. You're thinking, okay, well, I was very happy to pull my weight, of course, but you might have been hoping for a more traditional situation, maybe Sag, a slightly old-fashioned situation where, you know, you're the main breadwinner, you come home, she'd have dinner on the table waiting for you, and what you're recognizing is this is a career woman, and you two may have very different ideas of what you would want a partner to be. It may even be, Sag, that you want kids, and maybe this person doesn't know if they want children. Could be. You're moving towards this person with all this passion, Sag, whereas they are very clearly saying, okay, but this is a really big decision, Sag. Are you ready to make a really serious judgment call about this relationship? And you're there feeling all passionate or all romantic, and you're looking at this person thinking, wow, this feels like an interview. Whoever this person is, thinking of you, judgment, Page of Pentacles, okay. Okay. King of Swords, all right. This is a female who is highly intelligent, very articulate. This is someone, Sag, who is saying to you, well, I think we should start off being close friends. You might have had an idea, Sag, of sweeping this woman off her feet. You might have known her before. You might have thought, okay, I'm just going to move towards her and say, hey, baby, why don't we set up house together? I think I'm ready. What you're recognizing is her sword is going to be raised. She's going to sit you down and say, okay, well, hang on. How did you see this working? What did you plan? What did you think about when you thought you'd move in with me? Or what did you think about when you decided you wanted to take this to the next level? And Sag, you might be a bit shell-shocked because what you've been thinking about is, I love this person. I want to move in with this person, or I want this person to move in with me, or I think I might be ready to get really serious. But Sag, you're pulling back here because what you're looking at is, gosh, this person is very, very serious. This is not going to be a fun, light-hearted, romantic connection, which could get serious in time. This is someone who wants to know when I might propose. Are we talking 6 months, Sag, once you've moved in? Or once I move in with you? Are we talking a year? What do you think about kids? You know I'm very busy, don't you, Sag, because I'm sat in the Nine of Pentacles. I hope you're happy to pay half the bills, half the mortgage, half the rent. And this is you thinking, oh, okay, wow, you know? It might be a little bit like you dunking your head in a bucket of cold water. Woo! Nothing kills the passion faster than a woman who wants to sit you down and talk about finances. And that is what I'm getting, guys, because this is a pre-empress who is not messing around. This is the woman you want to be with, Sag. Underneath the deck, guys, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. I think, Sag, you hope to move into a new cycle with this woman. I do feel as if I'm connecting with a masculine. Now, you could be a feminine sat in your masculine. You could be interested in same-sex connections, Sag, but I'm definitely dealing with a masculine energy, okay, who is wanting to be with a pre-empress. I think, Sag, you hope to work on the connection. You hope that with you two pulling together, you could live a beautiful life. But, Sag, there may be a tower moment. There may be a Tower moment. You might have thought, I'm going to be very romantic. I'm going to tell this woman I love them. I'm going to do all the right things. And then hopefully we can start creating a beautiful life together. But Sag, I think you're going to pull back here because of the energy coming through from this pre-empress. She might have been badly hurt in the past. She's coming through as the King of Swords, a female King of Swords. That is someone who is not messing around. She might have been taken advantage of in the past. She could be a single parent with a Page of Pentacles. She could have been working really hard to keep afloat, looking after a child as a single mom. But guys, you may feel that you two are on different pages here. So guys, let's get into this and see what comes through, Sag. Archangel Michael, tell us about the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. Page of Swords. You've been keeping an eye on this person. I think, Sag, you've learned a lot about this person. You might have been keeping an eye on them online, thinking, wow, I love this person, and you know, they'd be great to partner up with. Okay. Five of Swords. But you might have sabotaged this in the past by coming on a bit too strong. Too much sexual energy, right? This person might have turned their back on you because it was a bit too much. Okay, tell us about the Five of Swords. Yeah, this ended super fast, Sag. Wow. This ended very quickly in the past. I don't know whether or not you just ran off because you didn't know whether or not you wanted to commit to this person. But a truth came out, Sag. And you were left feeling disappointed after taking action in the past. You were left disappointed. Which means you took action, but you got the cold shoulder. Yeah. And I think with the Five of Wands, you've been conflicted as to whether or not you should try again. Should I try again? You've been having sleepless nights, Sag, feeling as if you might have ended up sabotaging the person that you were supposed to be with. But there was some form of action you took in the past which didn't work out for you. I think this is second time lucky, Sag. So if, guys, you thought, oh, I'm just attracted to this person, let's have a casual fling, let's just see what happens, right? Just mañana, let's just take every day as it comes. This is someone who might have said, well, I'm really looking for a relationship. And Sag, you might not have been in that frame of mind in the past. So you might have walked away thinking, okay, yeah, really not ready to get super serious, not ready. But what you're recognizing, Sag, is this woman sat in pre-empress energy. She has a lot to offer. She could be financially stable. And you have feelings for her, Sag. And so you're kind of thinking, okay, well, let's go for it again. But what you're recognizing is maybe because of what happened in the past, if you come in with a King of Wands energy for a second time, she's going to pull you up short. She's going to stop you in your tracks. Hang on, Sag. She might ask you to face Judgment Day for whatever happened in the past. She may just have a series of very serious questions. You're looking at this person as if to say, okay, wow, they are not playing. This is a female King of Swords, pre-empress. You may turn up with a gift, with the hope that maybe she'll soften a little bit. But whatever happened in the past, Sag, caused you to think, okay, this is really done. I think this is kind of second time lucky. Let's give it another shot, right? So Sag, you took action on this pre-empress in the past. You were very passionate about this. Yes, you thought, oh my gosh, all my ships are going to come in. This might have been a sort of dream situation for you. This might have been a dream situation for you, Saggy. Ace of Wands. But it might be sad you came on a bit too strong with the physicality of this. Yeah. And it ended very quickly, Sag. It ended very quickly. You might have been disappointed. You might have thought, okay, I'm really ready to sort of put effort into this. But it might be sad that because of the passion, you're a bit too full on. It might have put this person off thinking that's all you really wanted. And I think they might have turned their back with the energy of the world. I think they turned their back, Sag. You might have been a bit shocked, but you may then have later realized, okay, in the nicest sense, Sag, this is not, you know, a naive young girl in her early 20s, you know, looking up at you with doe eyes. Okay, Saggy, anything for you, Sag, right? Because this is a good-looking guy. You're a good-looking guy. No, Sag, you're dealing with a woman who's had a lot of experience of relationships. And if there was a whiff of, okay, I think this guy just wants to bed me, and then that might be that, she might have turned cold. And it might have shocked you, Sag. Yeah. Yeah. You were left out in the cold by this woman. What you recognized was, okay, it was too hot. It was too passionate. You might even have put pressure on this woman a little bit, Saggy, because, you know, you thought, I just want to get it on with this woman. She backed off, Sag. I think she walked away in the past. Yeah. And what you realized was she was very defensive afterwards. Yeah, she was very defensive, Saggy. Four of Pentacles, she held back from you. You may also have felt that she put up super strong boundaries. You know, no, Sag, I don't think it's a good idea we meet again. No, Sag, I'm really busy right now. No, Sag, I don't think so, right? And you thought, okay, wow, I just can't get through anymore. She's really pushing me away here. I think you were disappointed, Sag. I think you were disappointed. What we have here is you trying again, because time might have passed. This might have been 6 months ago. You're thinking about this pre-Empress. You're thinking, okay, I'm going to move towards her in a much more serious energy, as in, okay, this is not me just wanting a series of one-night stands. I'm wanting to build a life with you here. Two of Wands. You've been standing at crossroads, Sag, thinking, should I give this another try? Should I? Should I try again? Yeah, Four of Swords. Should I try again? Has she sort of forgotten about what happened in the past? Is she going to be a bit more receptive? You're thinking, Sag, about the past. This is a woman that you tried to move towards, develop a connection with in the past, but there was a situation that unfolded which made you feel, okay, wow, she's decided she doesn't want this. And I think it was a bit of a shock. I think it was a bit of a shock. She suddenly turned cold after the Ace of Wands, which might have been the first time you slept together or a series of one-night stands. She might have turned cold. She might have thought, yeah, no, don't want this, okay? Yeah, Death card. You want to transform the situation, Sag. This ended really badly in the past. She left you out in the cold. She might have left you very confused. She held back, and this is you thinking, okay, I'm moving towards her again, but this time in a bit of a different energy. No more sort of, let's just have fun and see where it goes. You are thinking, Sag, you have feelings for this woman. You are thinking about the Four of Wands. But you're still sat in a very passionate, determined energy, which might put her off again. It might put her off again, Saggy. So, Archangel Michael, when do we have the King of Wands and Judgment for my Saggies? Thank you, Michael. 23rd to the 30th of August. Soon, guys. 2-3 weeks. Okay. I'm hearing a conversation. Someone saying, no, you can't come round. No, you can't come round. No, I will meet you there. All right, Sag. This is someone who is not going to allow you to come into her house or into her flat. She's going to want to meet you elsewhere. She's determined to keep you at arm's length, Sag. I don't know whether or not she's just thinking about what happened in the past. What is Judgment? What is this woman thinking about? She's coming through as a King of Swords. What is she thinking about? The Hanged Man. That she's had to sacrifice in her life. She's had to sacrifice. She hasn't had it easy. And she was very cross in the past. She was angry in the past. Okay, about the Seven of Swords. About the fact, Sag, she might have felt you weren't totally honest with her. She might have felt you weren't totally honest, Sag. Now, that could have been just her opinion. You might have been totally honest. She feels you might have been hiding something. Page of Cups. You might have apologised for coming on a bit too fast in the past, Sag. You might have said to her, oh, I just found you really attractive. Sorry, I was a bit full on, you know. You might have apologised to her, but she's looking at that cup as if to say, yeah, that was just an excuse. Sag just wants back in my life. He wasn't really sorry. She's very nervous, guys. She's there with a sword raised, right? Two of Pentacles. She may feel, Sag, at the time you dated her, you were also trying to date somebody else, or you were involved with somebody else. You were juggling her with somebody else. This is also someone, Sag, who's incredibly busy. I mean, this is a woman who's, you know, she's juggling a lot of things in her life. This could be someone who's very serious. Okay, what else do we have for this woman? The Moon. She's sat in fear. Fear of being taken advantage of, fear of being let down, fear of being heartbroken. Because she's sitting in the King of Swords. I mean, the Queen of Swords is someone who's been hurt. She's cut off her emotion because of things that happened to her in the past. A female King of Swords feels that energy even more. This is someone who might have been out and out betrayed. She's been through the mill, Sag. And so this is a woman who is incredibly suspicious. And I think, Saggy, to be honest, it might be that energy she sat in. And bless her, you know, it could be she did go through a really tough time, but it could be that energy she sat in, Sag, which is killing your fire. Is pouring water on the flames, Sag. Because what you're recognizing is this is someone who is no nonsense. She may find it difficult to relax. She may not find it easy to trust. Because she sat in fear. She sat in fear, Sag, and she's thinking about the Seven of Swords. She's thinking about deception, right? What else is crossing her mind here? The Knight of Pentacles. It's been a long time. So, Sag, this might have been 6 months ago. It could have been 5 years ago. What she's thinking about is, why is Sag turning up now? What does Sagittarius want? She's very suspicious. She's going to ask you all sorts of uncomfortable questions, Sag, right? Yeah. What she's thinking about is, it's been really slow going. but I've got there. I've achieved some kind of victory and success. She's very nervous, Sag, that somehow you're going to move towards her and everything's just going to crumble. She's worked long hours, long and hard to get where she's got to. And she may feel, Sag, it's a bit risky opening the door, particularly if you were a bit too full on in the past. This is a woman who is needing a very strong, stable partner. This is a woman who's really looking for an emperor, Sag. And even though she may find you incredibly sexy, very attractive, if you come on a little bit forcefully again, she's going to turn her back. And Sag, I think you're realizing, because I see you backing off here, I think you're realizing that you may not actually want this either. Tell us more about this Queen of Swords. Well, female King of Swords. Yeah, she's an empress. Okay. She's very serious about her life. She could be a single mom. She could be. She may be a workaholic. Sag, strength. She's going to hold back from you. She may also not be feeling terribly well. This could be someone who has taken on so much, works really long hours, that she may not feel well. And so in the nicest sense, Sag, if you approach her full of passion and determination, I really want this with you. Yeah, sorry about the past, I was a bit full on. And you may want to talk to her about feelings and I want something stable with you. She might think it's going to cause her more of a burden. And Sag, I don't think this has got anything to do with you personally at all. But this is someone who's been through it. And she's very wary. And if there was a situation in the past where she pushed you back because you were just too much, too full on, she may not want to give you a second chance, Sag. She may not. But let's have a look and see what's on your mind. King of Wands, what's on your mind, Sag? Okay, Ace of Pentacles. You may dream of living with this woman, moving in with this woman, or her moving in with you. What else are you thinking about? Six of Pentacles, that it would be an equal give and take relationship. Yes, because she's stable. She may have a good job. And Sag, you may have a good job. And what you're thinking about is this would be perfect, would be a good team. This is not a woman who wants to be codependent on me. Yeah. Justice. Sag, you might have just got divorced for some of you. Or what you're thinking about is, I'm ready for a legal contract. I'm ready for a legal contract. I'm ready to get serious. I'm ready to find the person I'm supposed to marry. And you're looking for a King of Pentacles. You're looking for a female King of Pentacles. Who could be this woman? I mean, this is a woman who's financially stable, pre-empress. Or Sag, maybe this is you wanting to get married. Simply that. You could be sat feeling all emotional, thinking, I think this is the woman I want to marry. But Sag, there's an underlying sense of heartbreak here. There's an underlying sense of heartbreak. Why? Okay. Because, Sag, you might have made the wrong choice in the past. You might have juggled this woman with somebody else in the past, or this woman could have been your lover in the past. And as soon as she recognized something was going on, she might have just cut off from you. It might have been very fast. Gemini energy. What else is on your mind here? Three of Wands. I think, Sag, you were hoping that your ships would come in with this woman. I think you've been wondering whether or not you could have had a new life with this woman, a new start with this woman. And you would achieve victory and success. This would all go swimmingly. This would be wonderful for you. But her reaction, Sag, may make you stop in your tracks. Yeah. Because what you're realizing is, Sag, she's not super excited to see you. She may even come across as feeling burdened, because this is a woman who's coped with a lot on her own. This is a woman who's coped with a heck of a lot by herself. And there's something about this connection, Sag, that she does not trust. And this is you recognizing that, feeling burdened yourself. Yeah. Sag, I think you believed that you could be this person's emperor. But Sag, I think she's going to turn you away. Because she may feel, Sag, you're not quite there. You know? I mean, you could be a lovely guy, very good looking, very confident. But she may feel, Sag, you are not ready to be husband, to be father. You're just not there yet. And I don't know why. She may feel, Sag, as if, you know, you're making out as if you're ready to get really serious, but she's looking at you with a question mark. Are you sure, Sag? Because the problem is, Sag, she might have pigeonholed you. She might still see you as the King of Wands, coming on really strong in the past, physically, and it might have put her off. And what you're recognizing is she may say to you, I'm sorry, this is just not for me. Because what you're fearing, Sag, is you might have come on like the Knight of Wands in the past, right? And what you're recognizing is she's sort of pigeonholed you, which is wrong. But, you know, this is also someone who's been hurt a great deal. I think, Sag, what you're going to recognize is she's calling Judgment Day, whereas what you hoped for is she would be super excited to see you. You guys would go out. You'd say to her, sorry about the past, but I really think I'm ready now. She's not. She's holding back. And so, Sag, I think after this conversation, you're simply going to be hoping to get out of your head. This is you going down a rabbit hole a little bit, and this is you thinking, okay, I'm not going to overthink and overanalyze this. And then, Sag, you're going to move into the energy of the Magician. So are you recognizing that this is not going to work with this woman, but you may be getting out there again to date? What is the energy of the Magician? Virgo, Scorpio, Gemini. The Hermit. Sag, you're going to pull back and you may end up manifesting a relationship with a Virgo. You might. You might. Ace of Cups. And Saggy, love is going to blossom. Love is going to blossom. All right. With a Queen of Pentacles. Sag, this is another woman. This is another woman. Tell us about the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Okay. Sag, this might be a woman that you dated in the past. She might have watched you leave. She might have watched you leave, Sag, because you wanted to pursue this pre-Empress Queen of Swords. Once you realise this Empress Queen of Swords is not interested, you may circle back to the Queen of Pentacles eventually, because what you're going to recognise is, Sag, you do love this woman. You might have thought you were in love with the Queen of Swords, but after a bit of a cold reception from her, I think you're going to head to this Queen of Pentacles, who might have watched you leave. So she may have some questions, Sag. She may say, hang on, you obviously weren't interested in me before. You were interested in somebody else, so you're coming back around to me. You may have made her feel like second choice, Sag. But this is someone that you are supposed to be with. What are you saying to her? Seven of Cups. I'm sorry, I was just emotionally confused. Okay. Well, you're being honest. You're saying to her you were emotionally confused about your feelings, right? I think what you're going to say to her is, maybe you were the one all along, King of Cups, because you do have feelings for this person, Sag. You do have feelings for this Queen of Pentacles. Hierophant. And you may recognize that it's not the Queen of Swords that you're supposed to be ending up with, Sag. It's the Queen of Pentacles. She could be a Taurian. And it may shock you. You may think, oh my gosh, I really genuinely thought that the person I was supposed to be with is this pre-Empress female King of Swords. But because she's so cold, because of what happened in the past, you're going to back off, Sag, and realize it was the right thing to do, because you're actually supposed to be with the Queen of Pentacles here, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Strong Taurian energy, Virgo energy here too. And I think, Sag, you may well end up getting married here. It may take a while. It may take a while. She may be a bit affronted that you didn't choose her to begin with, right? It may take you a few months to bring her back around. But yeah, Sag, you are supposed to build the 10 of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles. You're supposed to build the 10 of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles, Saggy. And I think that's what is going to happen here. Yeah, you two are going to build together. You two are going to build together, the 3 of Pentacles. This is the person you're supposed to build a life with, Saggy. And I think you guys are going to end up married and sat in the 10 of Pentacles. So, guys, you are going to back off. And the reason you're going to back off, Saggy, is you're going to recognize that this pre-Empress female King of Swords is very off with you, very cold with you, might be because of what happened in the past. She's a very serious woman. She's been through a great deal. She could be a single mom. So I think, Sag, after maybe sitting in your head about this a little bit, giving this some careful thought, eventually, and it could be in a year's time, Sag, you are going to reapproach a Queen of Pentacles that you knew in the past, who you may know still loves you. She may initially be a bit frosty, very confused. How come, Sag, you didn't want to make it work with me? You might need to rebuild the trust, but I think, Sag, deep down, you have feelings for this Queen of Pentacles, and I think you guys are going to get married. So Saggy, let's finish the reading with a message from the universe. Let's do that. Here we go, Sag. Archangel Michael, what does the universe want to say to my lovely Sagittarians? Thank you, Michael. One of a kind. Oh, Saggy. Okay, guys, you are one of a kind. From the moment you emerged into this world, you've had extraordinary talents. You understand starlight, animal voices, and all things magical. Sag, you're one of a kind. So if this pre-Empress pushes you away, don't take it personally. She's had a rough time of it. She may be very self-protective. She may also be a single mom. I'm getting a very strong energy. That might be the case, okay? Or she could have been married and divorced in the past. I think, Sag, she's going to hold back from you. But I think you are going to realize that your true person is a Queen of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And I think it's going to work out. All right, guys. So, Saggy, I am going to leave the reading there. I really hope it's helped. Take care of you. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye, guys.